work on it. We're going to go down to the zoom. Remember always to use that and back off so you have some room to move. And you notice right here on the left, you can see almost half. It's a diamond shape. This is called a keyframe. And what a keyframe is a point on your video timeline which specifies a position of the video or different aspects or properties of the video. And by changing these key points, we can actually create movement in between. So we're going to experiment with that. Our first one, of course, we're at the bottom right. What if we wanted this video to move to the top left? Well, we're going to take our timeline here and move it about in the center because we want it. You can notice that there's a time of about 10 seconds. I want it to go a little bit faster, so about right there. And I'm going to take my control. You see the 4 arrows there, and I'm going to left click and I'm going to drag that. So the focus of the video changes, and now the video itself is changing position. We're going to keep moving it slowly until we get it where we want it, to the top left. And you notice here there's a diamond that has been created. This is a keyframe. Anytime you move your scrub line ahead and move it a little bit, a keyframe is automatically generated for you. Otherwise, you can manually create a keyframe by pressing the plus, or you can get rid of a particular keyframe by pressing the -1. Now let's see what we have here. We'll go all the way back to the beginning. Notice our clip, and we have a little lag in the video because I'm using Camtasia to record at the same time. But watch that clip move as I go to the right. It rapidly moves to the top left. Once again, it's not real smooth, but that's what's happening. Let's see if we can change to a draft mode here to see if we can. Quality is not quite as good on our preview window, but I think that it'll be a little bit faster. There we go. Now watch that video move again. There we go. We've created movement. And you notice, I'm going to get rid of this accidental keyframe that I made. You notice that Vegas creates the motion between. It's not like you have to create a keyframe for every tiny movement. You could if you wanted to, but it'd be kind of choppy. The beauty of this program is that it can create motions in between each point, and that takes care of a lot of work that you would have to do yourself. Now let's say that we want to move that clip from up here down to the center. How would we do that? Well, we move our timeline along until approximately where we want our movement to end. And then we're going to move this clip right back in about the middle. And you notice another keyframe has been created for us. So let's see what that looks like. We'll go all to the beginning. We watch the clip go all the way up to the left. And then we watch the clip go down to the right. Let's move this out of the way so we can see more of the preview window. I'll do it once more again. You can see that movement there. Now we can do the same thing for the second clip, which is the subway scene. We'll go to our pan crop control. We'll go to zoom and back things off a bit. Now we have room to work with, and we're going to back our timeline to the beginning, and you can see that our clip, our beginning point, is right there. I'm going to adjust that about there, and then I'm going to move this clip by left clicking and dragging to the bottom left, just like that. And you notice that a keyframe has been created for us. Now let's see what that looks like. Now our second video is now moving along with our first one. So now we have created some movement in our videos, our picture-in-picture, using the pan crop control. Now the keyframe idea is used in many elements. You can also animate the titles themselves. Let's play around with that for a minute. We simply go to the pan crop again, and we see the same type of interface. We can have the title start at the bottom if we want to. We could go, well, we've just rotated it just a bit. There we go. We can have it start at the bottom just like that for our first keyframe. And then very quickly we can have it go back up to the top position again. Now let's see what happens. We're starting down to the bottom, actually out of view, and then we see actually come up like that. And because we have a transition on it, it's skewing it a little bit. Let's get rid of that transition. Now we can see it a little bit better. Okay, now it's going from the bottom all the way up to the top. So you can create motion with all types of things in Sony Vegas. And as you coordinate all these elements, you can have a lot of things going on at the same time. That gives you a little idea on how to use the pan and crop control to create motion inside your video with the different tracks that you're using.